My channel. So in this particular video we are going to build a project like a mini bank like project. So this is the continuation of Python playlist. So we're going to use the Python hooks, like we are going to build our functions, that is for like whatever function that we need to build a mini bank in a particular class. So let's do it. So to build a mini bank, so what we need, so let's first discuss what we need. Okay, so it is saying interview Python, so we need to add one interview. So what we are going to do, so to build a mini bank, so first of all we need a bank name, right? We need a bank name which would be same for all the instance. uh, all the instance means whatever the objects of the particular bank. The bank name would be same, right? So objects here means if a person goes to a bank, you can say all are individual accountants, or you can say the persons which have account in this particular bank. So these can be considered as objects of that particular bank. So bank name would be same for all the people that have the accounts in that particular bank, right? So yes, bank name and what are the operations we need in the bank? First of all, we can do check check the balance, right? We can check the balance, or the second operation we can do, we can deposit, right? We can deposit, we can deposit amount, we can deposit amount, right? We can deposit amount, and what else we can do? We can withdrawal will happen. So we'll do the basic three things. Okay, let's build this particular mini bank. So first of all we can need class suppose bank. So bank, so for this bank name would be same, right? The bank name would be same. So bank name would be same for all instance so we can build like static variables, so we can use a static variable. So this is nothing but static so this is nothing but a static variable. So static variable would be uh, we can say same, right? Static variable would be same. So let's keep it in. Okay, so let's do the bank name. So bank name would be, let's State Bank of India. Okay, so it could be State Bank of India, and whenever we create the instance of this particular class, so I told you the first method will run is what, that is our constructor, or you can say the init method. So the init method will run. So let's build the init method. So for building the init method, we need what? We need at least what is the person name? So who is trying to perform the operation in our particular bank? So what is the person name we need? Then we can say we need the balance. Okay, so balance for instance, we can instantiate the balance as zero. Like if the person has the account, so the balance default balance would be we can say zero. Right, the default balance I have provided as zero, and we can see. So self means that particular current instance that is created. So that particular instance is self dot we can say name is whatever the name he has provided, and you can see the balance. Balance is uh, balance is you can see whatever the balance that we have initiated, so that particular balance, and what operations we need. So this is the first method. This is the constructor. You can say this is the first method. First method will run when instance is created. When instance is created, so this method, the init method will run, and we will initiate these two variables. So is have where we're setting the default variable balance as 0 and name whatever the argument pass while creating the instance. So next operation we need to check. So check balance. So we need to check the balance. So whatever the balance it has, right? The person or any instance has. So to check the balance, how we can check? So we can provide print. Can provide our with an string, so you can pin your current balance. Your current account balance is, so it means whatever you can provide any variables, right? You can provide variables, so you can self dot balance. Self dot balance means why we are using self. So it could be changed for, like, it could be different for any different objects of that particular class, right? So we need to do, so whatever the balance that person has, so it will showcase. Okay, so we need to do what we need to do. Then suppose the person wants to deposit, so deposit, right? To deposit, I don't know I'm spell it correct or not, so you can change. So deposit, let's do the spell check of deposit.
Deposit.
Okay, so deposit spelling I think wrong. Yes, deposit. So deposit means what we need. We need one argument what amount he or she wants to deposit, right? So we need balance. So to deposit, if the person has deposited some amount, so we need to add it, right? We need to add it to our what to say, add it to our main balance. So we can see, we can do one thing. Can take the we can take the balance, like the default balance of this particular object. Then we can add to whatever balance the person provided, and we can save it. Like we can see, if you guys have any confusion, so you can do one thing, you can change the parameter. So whatever balance it has, like the person has provided, so we can do like this. Okay, so this is the thing. So this is the balance. So after the, okay, so the balance has updated, right? So we can see, we can say like print your like deposited successfully, or you can say cash deposited. You can say like that, cash deposited successfully. You can say like that, your cash deposited successfully, and you can see your current account balance. You can current account balance also you can show, right? So whatever the current account is, how the person will know. So you can see your current account balance is, like after deposit, you can say after deposit. So you can just mention after deposit. After deposit, After deposit, your current account balance is what? Your current account balance is nothing but whatever the balance that I have in my account after the deposit amount, right? So you can say like that. So I think this is okay. So another thing that we have decided to do is like we need to do withdraw, right? So let's see withdraw. So withdraw money. So withdraw, how we can withdraw? To withdraw money we need the amount, right? So we need the amount as well. So how much money I want to withdraw? So let's check the first whatever the balance that person has in that particular account. So that minus whatever the balance uh, you want to withdraw. So let's save it in our sell dot sell dot balance. Okay, let's save it in sell dot balance. Then we can see. So we can say what we can provide print. We can print that. We can print transaction successful. You can say like that. Transaction. You can say transaction successful. Okay, so we can do like that. So three basic things that we have done, I guess. So we have that particular check. So we can check the balance, we can deposit, and we withdraw. So three basic things that we have done. So we can do one thing. So to actually what to actually execute, we can do one thing. Let's create the object of this particular class. So bank, let's create an object. So bank, bank class. No, we have created one instance for this particular class. For instance, as you can see, while instance we provide what? We provide the name and balance. Balance we know, like we don't need to provide because it has like have initiated the default value as 0. So we don't need to provide this. So but while creating as it will run while creating this particular object, so we need to pass whatever the argument we are passing in the init method. So name is their name is important. So we need to pass the name. So whatever name we need. So whatever name we can see same. So we can see same. So if you want to do one thing, we need to do one thing. So for example, after passing this and then dot and to suppose I have to check balance. Let's see this will run or not, or else we'll do one different thing. Okay, so it is saying the current balance is this much. Suppose I want to deposit. So bank dot deposit. I want to deposit some amount, right? The amount is there. So I want to deposit some thousand rupees. I want to deposit. So let's see. Let's run it. So it is saying your whatever the okay. So it is instantiate. Then it has checked my balance. So it is after checking, it's saying your current balance is this much 0. And after my cash deposition, it is saying the cash deposited successfully. And after deposit, your current balance is 1000. So let's check this. Let's check my current balance. Let's run it again. Let's run it again. So initially it has 0. My account balance is 0. Then I have deposited amount 1000 rupees, and then I have to check my balance. So it is saying it has 1000 rupees in it. So I want to withdraw. So bank dot withdraw. Let's pass some amount like 1100, but not 11. Let's start with the positive cases, then we'll work on negative cases. So 900. So 900 means transaction. It's showing transaction successful. So then we can do one thing. Then we have to check the balance. After checking, it should yes. So initial actually I have 0 balance. Then I have deposited 1000. Then I have withdrawn 900, then it has shown me transaction successful. Then after withdraw, so the remaining amount is 100 rupees. Only 100 rupees I have. Now if I do again withdraw, now if I again do the withdrawal, suppose 150 or 200 rupees I want to withdraw. So it would give me error, right? Because my current account balance is 100. If now I'm withdrawing 200, so it will give me error. That definitely it should have it should give me, but it has not given me error, right? It has not given me error because if you now check the balance in dot check balance, it will show me some minus amount, I guess, minus 100. So negative because I have not used anything. I just did the minus. So some minus it is saying it has negative 100, but this is a negative guess. It should not work like this. So we need to do one thing. We need to do some basic changes, right? Basic changes it is needed. So let's change something to avoid this type of negative scenario. We need to see, suppose, so when actually the balance is coming to withdraw, so we need to check here if that particular balance, like whatever balance it is saying me to withdraw, if that particular balance is greater than my current account balance, right? So we need to check. So if my balance, whatever balance is coming, if it is greater than or equal to, you can say, the if that many, if that many cash I have in my current balance, then also we can withdraw, right? So we can put this equal to symbol, or the balance is greater than zero, not greater than, it should be less than, right? So whatever the balance I have to withdraw should be less than my current account balance, then only we can withdraw, right? So then I can print uh, then actually I can print the transaction successful message. Then actually I can print okay, so I've done some blunder. So then actually I can print transaction successful method. So after that transaction successful method, then after that I have to perform this. I need to withdraw. We need to set the minus, or we can perform this minus as well. The first thing, the first would be better. We need to debit. We need to debit the amount first, then only we show the transactions. Okay, so transaction successful is saying, okay, so it is saying transaction successful. Then if the amount is greater than the current amount, like whatever the amount I want to withdraw, if it is greater than my default, or greater than my current account balance, then it should show the normal message that we do, like face in the normal day transaction in the bank, right? It should say me insufficient fund, right? So let's do it. Let's do the else condition here. Else condition means I have to print, what? I have to print insufficient funds. Insufficient funds, right? Insufficient funds. So I know, like whenever I'm using my system, I'm getting this type of word error. I don't know what is happening to my grammars. Okay, so this message, it should show this message. So let's run it. uh, so what we have done here, as you can see, so what I've done, first I have created the instance, then I have checked balance. So balance is saying the current account balance is 0. Okay, so there is no balance. Then I have deposited 1000 rupees. So it is saying me cash deposited successfully. So after your deposit, current balance is 1000 because I have deposited 1000 rupees. Then I had again checked my balance. So it is saying, okay, your current balance is updated. Now it is 1000 rupees. Then I had to withdraw 900. So so after the withdrawal, it is saying, okay, so I had my earlier 1000 rupees in my balance, so I can withdraw, right, 900. So it is saying me transaction successful. Then I had again checked my balance, so it is saying me okay. So after withdrawal, I have remaining only 100 rupees. So again, actually, when I wanted to withdraw 200, my account balance has 100 rupees, but I want to withdraw 200. So it should give me some error, right? So it only returns me insufficient funds. So then after it is told me insufficient funds, I have again checked, it's saying 100 rupees. So 100 rupees only I can withdraw, but I have set to withdraw 200. So I can do one thing, I can check, let's do the withdrawal once more. Let's withdraw once more, I want to check the withdrawal amount. Let me check whether I can withdraw this 100 rupees. Then I have to check my balance again. Let's run it. Okay, now it is showing transaction successful because my account has 100 rupees, right? Then after the transaction of 100 rupees, it is showing my current account balance is 0. So I have nothing. So again, if you want to withdraw even single 1 rupees, it will show you. If if you want to withdraw even 1 rupee, it will show you insufficient fund because I do not have any money. Insufficient fund, right? It's showing because I don't have any money, but I want to withdraw one. So I think our class is working fine, but I want to do it more dynamic way rather than doing this calling method individually. So let's do it dynamically, right? So we want to delete it. Let's do it. So first of all, we can do the normal bank, uh, whatever the name that I have. Name actually I want to get from what? Name actually I want to get from the user. So I want to see uh, input, like input function is should give to collect information from the console. So input I want please enter your name. So enter your name. So whatever the name it will provide me. So whatever the name it will provide, I'll just need what put it here. So name it will I'm going to get from user. Then I have to print. I have to print what? And print welcome to welcome to what? Welcome to what? Welcome to the bank information I want to put, right? So I want to put the bank information, so I can use string. So bank name I want to provide. So bank name is a static variable. So as it is static variable, it is going to same for all the instance that I have to create. So this is one instance, right? This is one instance. So we can say I, we should not say like bank. We can say like a person. So we can say person one. So the first person who came to bank. So we can create as like that. This is one object. So for this object, we can do one thing. We don't need to call this back name using the object. We can, as it is a class level variable, we can call it using class name as well. So we can call it using the object or class. It's better to call it using the class name. So bank dot this particular class name. So welcome to the bank. Then we want to do what? Then we want to do our dynamic method. So we can say, we can do like while this condition is true. So uh, while true, I want to do the input. Let's check the whatever the input I want. Like the person will choose whatever he wants to do, right? So you can see like so you can provide input. So suppose the person wants to check the balance first. So please choose the option. You can say I'll give the option to choose the person. I'll give the options to choose any option. to do any operation in the bank. So first of all, I want to give the options. So please choose the option. So what is the option I want to give? I want to give. Suppose the person wants to check check the information. So what this is yes, the person wants to check the information. So see, you can say C for check the information, right? Check check balance. Then I want to go in slashing. So slashing I want to give D. D for I want to do the deposit. Then slash N I want W for withdraw. So withdraw. So this thing, and he wants to quit, he can say like quit, right? So quit also, I can give Q, you can select Q for uh, quit. I can provide quit, right? So this thing I need to provide first, then we can say if input equal to C. C means what? Equal to C means I want to C means what? C means I want to check the information. So check for checking the information, I can call this particular method, right? So call this particular method of check balance. So you can see, you can do one thing, whatever the object that has been created. So person one dot check balance. So we can do this. Elif uh, elif into equal to D. So equal to D. I want what? If the person wants deposit, so the person object, from object only I am calling the method. So I have to do the deposit, right? So I have to do the deposit. So deposit actually it needs what? It's saying it needs an argument balance. So it needs one balance. So what is the balance? How we can provide it? We can directly, we cannot provide like that. So we can do one thing. So whenever this D will come, I want to do one thing. I want to check the balance like input. I can ask the person to enter the balance here, right? So enter, you can say enter the deposit amount. You can say enter the deposit amount. Enter the deposit amount he will provide. So whatever the deposit amount he will provide, it will save in this. So it should be in float. Should be in float because it could be in a decimal number. So we can do it in float. So whatever the balance it has given me, I will just directly pass it to this table. So now it will work, right? So again the same thing I have to do for what? I have to do for withdraw. So if W is selected, so balance I need, what are the just I have to withdraw amount. Withdraw amount I need, and I want to pass it on to withdraw. Withdraw we need balance, whatever balance I provided here. Okay, so I think this is not done. So put it also there. So relief input equal to quit. I need to do what? I need to just break from this loop. Okay, but if the person have given me some wrong choice, I can do one thing. If the person has given me some wrong choice, right? So I want to provide if that is it is not in this particular C, D, W or Q. So I should reply him back that okay, give me an reasonable, what to say, print, enter any authenticate or valid, you can say, you can valid option. Please enter valid option. Yes. So I think it should work. So let's check it. So this should saying give me the valid option. Okay. So let's run it. Let's see how how this particular thing behaved, or how this particular application works. So let's run it. So it has run. So let me go to console first. So okay. So enter a name. So suppose my name is Sambit. You can say Sambit. So it is saying welcome to State Bank of India. So I want to do one thing. I want to say welcome Sambit. I want to pass my name as well. So what can I do? What can I do? Welcome. Here my name should be there. So I can pass my name. So my name is already there. So I don't need to use cell because it is not in the class. So I can directly pass my name here. It is just a simple local variable. So I can pass it my name here. So let's read on it. That should be gap in between. Okay. So let's read on it again. Let's read on it again. Okay. Let's go to our console. So it is saying please enter name. Suppose I said Sambit. So it is saying me welcome Sambit. Welcome Sambit to State Bank of India. Please choose the option. So it should the cursor is in the quit. So I need to change the cursor as well. So I need to add some like next line. Got the next line here as well. So cursor should go to the next line, or else it is showing like it's quite weird. So we need to change this. Okay. So it is saying enter name. So we can say Sambit. So welcome Sambit to State Bank of India. Please choose the option. So now my cursor has came down. So I can see any option. I can check the balance first. So it is saying me your current account balance is 0. So the loop will run, right. So until I break from this loop, the loop will continuously run. So what is my current account balance? It is saying me 0, right. So okay. So as it is 0, I need to deposit. I can withdraw. I have to deposit. So for deposit, I have to choose D. So enter your deposit amount. So I have to deposit some 2000 rupees in my account. So it is saying me cash deposit successfully. After deposit, your current account balance is 2000. So it is already shown my current account balance. But still, I want to check my current account balance. So I have checked. So it is updated. It is saying now it is 2000. So now it is 2000. So I want to withdraw. So I want to withdraw once. Let's see. Check W. So it is saying enter the amount of withdraw. So I want to withdraw some 1500. So it is saying transaction successful. Then actually if I want to check the balance, so it will show me 500 because initially I have deposited 2000. I have withdrawn 1500. Now it is only 500 rupees in my current account balance. So then also I want to withdraw amount. It is asking amount. So what amount? I want 1000 rupees. My account has 500. I am withdrawing 1000 rupees. It should give me some information. It is saying insufficient funds. So it has said insufficient funds. So okay. So insufficient funds. Then actually you can do one thing. You can add this. So insufficient fund. You can do deposit. So earlier you have 500. You can do 500 deposit. So it is saying okay. So after deposition, the account balance is 1000. Now we can do what? Now we can withdraw. Now I can withdraw 1000 rupees as well. So if the transaction has been successful. If you now check, the account will be nil because we have deposited and amount withdrawn the same amount. So now I have zero account. Now if you want to like provide any other information, suppose I have provided T. T is not in the particular option, so it should give me a valid information. Please enter the valid option as you have provided in the information. Then if you want to quit, so you can provide Q. We'll just break the process, the break into the loop and out of the console. So okay, so I think this particular code has worked proper well. So one thing I need to say, suppose one day you need to change this particular State Bank of India. So to change this particular state, it is a static, is nothing but a static variable. So you need if you want to change, so either you can use class level method to change this, or you can do a static method. Static method also works. So let's see, I don't know, let's check it if you can change this particular name. So change change bank name, change bank change bank name is going to be, so it's not a instance method. I just want to create as a static method. So you can write any structure, you can use any decorator to use static. Okay, starting method decorator is there. So for starting method we can do what, we don't need to pass anything. You can use class for class, CLS for class method, that way we can change also. But okay, so if you want to change, let's do the change. So now I am to override the bank name. So whatever the bank name actually it has, so I have to change it. Bank name is equal to, suppose I want to choose Axis Bank. So if this, after creation of this particular object, then actually what I have done, I have starting method is a class level method, so we can use particular class name. Suppose I want to change bank name, you have to done like you have done this change bank name. So earlier my code, in my code what it is saying, the bank name is what, welcome State Bank of India. So now actually I have run this particular static method of change bank name. Let's see how it is gonna run. Now it is something different. Now if you run it and say okay, I have some bit, it will, still it is not showing, till it is showing State Bank of India. I don't know why it is saying State Bank of India. So after creation bank, we have changed the name, right? Okay, so change the name. Bank name has been changed. Okay, so okay, we don't find any change. So I was wrong. I was wrong in a bit, but so we cannot change the static method in the static variable in the static method. So this is a class level variable. We can like static method is a utility. You can say it's a utility method. So if any operation you want to do, irrespective of the class operation, we can do in static method. But to change any information like static variable or anything you want to change, class level variables you want to change, so we can use the class method to change it. So pardon me guys, so we can do one thing to change this particular name. So you can use class method. So you can do change bank name. So you can do, so you guys can change bank name by, you can do one thing, you can by initializing what, initializing class method. So this is a class method if you want to change any class level information, or you can say change static variable. But static variable cannot be changed with static methods, I guess. So we can use one thing. So bank name, right? So bank name, so it's a bank name. So bank name we have to provide here. So here actually I want, should be Axis Bank. should be Axis Bank, right? It should be Axis Bank. Suppose now I think this will work. I'm running this particular. It's not sale. Should be CLS. CLS, and if you want to change, okay, right, it should be class level variable, so we are changing class level variable. So now if you now the earlier the bank name is the showing State Bank of India. Now if you want to do one thing and to stop it and rerun, so if you want to rerun it now, I think it should change. Okay, now it is saying Axis Bank because we have changed the class level variable, right? So actually, I was talking about starting method, right? So it is a class level variable. So we have to use class methods to change class level variables. So uh, starting method is a utility variable. We cannot change the static variable, so we can call it static variable to the class level variable. So we cannot change the class level variable using starting method. But why starting method is used, or how it will be useful in this project? So I can give you an example. So starting method is nothing but whenever you need a different operation which is not relevant to this particular class operation. Suppose as we are performing here printing the welcome message, so we can do using the starting method as well. So we can do one thing. So define a welcome message. So I want to provide my welcome message whenever the program is running. So welcome message, you can say welcome message. So in starting method we don't need to provide the instance thing, like any instancing. Self is a current self is nothing but referring to the current instance, so we don't need to provide it. So we can do in class method we need to provide CLS, but in instance method we need to provide self. But in starting method we don't need to provide anything. We just need to provide this particular thing. Like suppose we want to print this. Okay, so when to print this, we can provide like this. So and we have to use a decorator to tell the programmer, okay, it is a static method. So you can say this is starting method, right? So we can use after the creation of bank. Starting method can be called by object or a class name. So you can say it's better to call it from a class name. So bank dot what's a welcome message. So welcome message is there. So first of all we created the name taking from the user. Then we have created one instance for this bank, and by calling this bank name we're just calling the class level information. First of all welcome message, it will be same for every time it is running, right? Every instance, every person, or every instance that we create, any object or every object we create for this bank, it will be same. So it can be considered as class level information, so we can put it in a static method. And this is, as you know, this as is a class level information we want to change. So for changing the class level information we can use this particular class method. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, so let's run it. So it's saying run it. So it is printing, right? It is calling this particular welcome message. Welcome message as you are providing, as you were providing in the starting method. So this is how the starting method can be helpful. So thank you guys. Thanks for listening.